Hello, my child, it's me. I'm so glad you're here. Come, find a comfortable place and let the noise of the day begin to fade away. Just for a little while, let there be nothing else but you and me. I want to ask you a question, and I want you to be honest, not with a brave face, but with the true, quiet voice of your own heart. Do you feel alone tonight? Take a moment before you answer. Let the question settle. It's a simple question, but it holds so much weight. Perhaps it's a feeling you've been running from all day, distracting yourself with work, with screens, with noise. But now, in the stillness of the night, there is nowhere left to run. And the feeling is there, isn't it? A hollow ache in the center of your chest. A sense of being on the outside looking in. A quiet, persistent whisper that says, no one really sees you. No one really understands. It's okay. You don't have to hide that feeling from me. In fact, that feeling is precisely why I have called you here tonight, to this quiet moment with me. I am not afraid of your loneliness. I am not disappointed by it. I see it. I understand it. And my heart moves towards you with a profound and gentle compassion. You've done such a good job of hiding it from others. You smile, you engage, you ask others about their lives. You are a good friend, a good parent, a good employee. You play your part so well. No one would ever guess the depth of the isolation you sometimes feel. They don't see the moments after you hang up the phone, when the silence rushes back in. They don't see the drive home, when the car feels like an empty container for your unspoken thoughts. They don't see you lying in bed at night staring into the darkness, feeling like you are the only person awake in the entire world. But I see it all. I have been with you in every one of those moments. I have sat beside you in the car. I have been the quiet presence in your empty house, and I am here with you now, in the darkness, not as a distant observer, but as one who has drawn near because he heard the cry of your lonely heart. Loneliness is a unique kind of pain. It's not always a sharp, sudden wound. Often it's a slow, chronic ache, a chill that you can't seem to shake, no matter how many blankets you pull over yourself. It's the feeling of being disconnected, untethered, unseen. It can make you question your own worth, your own lovability. It can make you feel like a ghost in your own life. If any of this feels true for you tonight, I want you to take a slow, deep breath. And as you exhale, I want you to give yourself permission to stop pretending. Stop pretending you're fine. Stop pretending you don't mind being alone. Stop pretending it doesn't hurt. Just for tonight, here with me, you can let the truth of your loneliness surface. You can acknowledge its presence without shame or judgment. You are not broken because you feel this way. You are human. I created you for connection, for community, for intimacy. And when those things are absent or broken, it is natural and right that your heart should ache for them. That ache is a sign that your heart is still alive, still longing for what it was made for. So let's begin here, in this place of honest acknowledgement. You feel alone, and I am here. These two truths are not in contradiction. They are the starting point of our conversation tonight. Let the truth of your feeling be the very thing that opens the door for you to experience the truth of my presence. You are not alone in your feeling of being alone. I am here. I am with you now. And I am not going anywhere. Just rest in that for a moment. You have named the ache. You have brought it into the light of my presence. And that is the first step toward healing. That is the first step toward home. My child, as you rest in the honest admission that you feel alone, let's look a little closer, with gentleness and compassion. Loneliness is not a single simple feeling. It wears many different faces. It has many different voices. And in order to bring my truth to bear upon it, it helps to understand the particular kind of loneliness that is visiting your heart tonight. Perhaps you are feeling the loneliness of a crowded room. This is a particularly painful and confusing kind. You are surrounded by people, at work, at church, maybe even in your own home. You are part of conversations. You are smiling. You are functioning. But on the inside, you feel a million miles away. You feel as if there is a glass wall between you and everyone else. You see them connecting, laughing, understanding one another, and you feel like you are watching a movie of a life you are not truly a part of. The noise and activity around you only serve to amplify the silence and stillness within you. It is the loneliness of being unknown in a sea of faces. If this is you tonight, I see you. I see the real you behind the glass wall. Perhaps you are feeling the loneliness of grief. When you lose someone you love, a part of your own soul goes with them. The world keeps moving, people go back to their lives, but you are left with a gaping hole, a silence where a beloved voice used to be. You are surrounded by memories that only you can see, by inside jokes that only you can remember. This is the loneliness of a shared history that is no longer shared. It is a profound isolation, for no one can miss that person in the exact same way you do. If this is your loneliness tonight, I am with you in that holy space of memory. I am sitting with you in the emptiness, honoring the one who is gone. Perhaps yours is the loneliness of leadership, or of being the strong one. You carry the burdens of others. People look to you for answers, for stability, for support. But who do you turn to? The higher you climb, the more isolated you can feel. You cannot show your own doubts or your own weariness for fear of letting others down. It is the loneliness of the shepherd who has no shepherd of his own, of the caregiver who has no one to care for them. If this is your heavy burden tonight, I want you to know, I am your shepherd. I am your caregiver. You can lay the burden of your strength down with me. Or maybe you feel the loneliness of being different. You feel that your thoughts, your dreams, your struggles, or your passions don't quite fit in with those around you. You feel misunderstood, out of step. You have learned to hide parts of yourself to avoid judgment or confusion. It is the loneliness of an unshared inner world, a feeling that if you were to truly reveal who you are, no one would understand. If this is you, my child, know that I am the one who created your unique and beautiful soul. I understand you perfectly, for I designed you. With me, you do not have to hide a single part of yourself. Whatever face your loneliness wears tonight, whether it comes from loss or misunderstanding or leadership or simply an unexplainable ache, I see it clearly. I know its name. I know its weight. And I am not overwhelmed by it. Understanding the specific nature of your loneliness is not for the purpose of analysis, but for the purpose of allowing my presence to minister to that specific wound. To the one who feels unknown in a crowd, I whisper, I know your name. To the one who grieves, I whisper, I am the resurrection and the life. To the strong one, I whisper, come to me, and I will give you rest. To the one who feels different, I whisper, you are fearfully and wonderfully made. My presence is not a generic one-size-fits-all solution. It is a tailored, specific, and intimate comfort, designed for the unique contours of your own heart, for the specific face of your own loneliness. So let us acknowledge it by name, and let us invite me by name into that very place of pain. My child, now that we have gently acknowledged the loneliness you feel, I want to invite you on a journey. It is not a long journey. It requires no effort on your part, no packing of bags, no physical movement at all. It is a journey of the soul. I want you to come away with me for a while. Away from the room that feels too empty. Away from the silence that feels too loud. Away from the world that has made you feel so isolated. Come away by yourselves to a desolate place and rest a while. These are the words I spoke to my dear friends, my disciples, when I saw how weary they were, how overwhelmed by the demands of the crowds. I saw their need for retreat, for quiet, for a space where they could simply be with me, away from the noise. And tonight I see that same need in you. And so I extend that same invitation just for you. Come away with me. Let your imagination be the vessel for our journey. Let the sound of my voice be the gentle path we follow. We are leaving behind the world of concrete and screens, of deadlines and demands. We are stepping into a place I have prepared just for us. Picture it with me. We are walking on a narrow, sandy path. On one side, you can hear the gentle, rhythmic shushing of the sea. On the other, tall, wild grasses sway in the evening breeze. The air here is clean and salty. It feels cleansing to breathe it in. The sky above is vast and painted with the soft, fading colors of sunset, hues of soft pink, gentle orange, and deepening violet. The world feels very big here, and your worries, by comparison, begin to feel very small. We walk for a short time, not speaking much, just enjoying the comfortable silence of our shared presence. The path opens up onto a small, secluded beach. This is our desolate place. But desolate here does not mean barren or empty. It means untouched, unspoiled. A place of pure, simple, quiet beauty. The sand here is soft and pale, still holding the last warmth of the day's sun. The waves that curl onto the shore are not crashing or violent. They are gentle, lacy-edged whispers of foam. The sound is a constant, soothing lullaby. There is no one else here. There are no footprints in the sand but ours. This is a place reserved for you and for me. This is a place where you are not an afterthought, not an interruption, but the sole focus of my attention and my love. Come, let's sit down here on the sand. You can lean back against a smooth, weathered piece of driftwood. Feel its solidness against your back. It will support you. I will support you. Take a moment to just be in this place. Wiggle your toes in the sand. Watch as the last sliver of the sun sinks below the horizon, leaving a trail of liquid gold upon the water. Listen to the cry of a lone gull far out at sea. Feel the cool evening breeze on your skin. This place is a portrait of my presence. It is vast enough to hold all of your sorrow. It is gentle enough to soothe your wounded heart. It is quiet enough for you to finally hear your own soul breathe. It is beautiful enough to remind you that even in a world that feels harsh and lonely, beauty and peace still exist. They are the bedrock of my creation. Here, you do not have to be anyone. You do not have to pretend. You do not have to perform. The sea does not ask you to be anything but present. The sky does not judge you. The sand does not demand anything from you. And neither do I. Here, you are free to simply be. Be tired. Be sad. Be quiet. Be. This journey away is not an escape from reality. It is an escape to reality. The deeper reality. The reality that beneath all the noise and the pain of your daily life there is this: a foundation of unshakable peace, a constant presence of unconditional love. You are not running from your problems. You are coming to the one who holds the solutions to them. You are grounding yourself in me so that when you return to your world, you do not return alone. You return with the echo of the ocean in your heart, with the peace of the sunset in your soul, with the steadfast companionship of the one who walked with you on this secret beach. So stay here with me for a while. Let go of the world you left behind. It will wait. Tonight, this is your reality. This quiet shore, this gentle sea, and me. Here, in this place, it is impossible to be lonely. Here you are simply with your God, with your friend, with your Savior. Rest here. There is nowhere else you need to be. My child, as we sit here together on this quiet, secluded shore, I want you to pay attention to the silence, not the silence of your empty room, which can feel so hollow and heavy. That is the silence of absence. This is a different kind of silence. This is the silence of presence. It is a living, breathing quiet, filled with the gentle sounds of my creation at rest. Listen. Listen to the steady, rhythmic cadence of the waves. A gentle inhale as the water draws back over the sand, and a long, soft exhale as it sighs onto the shore. Shh, shh, shh. It is the sound of the world breathing. It is the sound of peace. It is the heartbeat of my creation. Let the rhythm of these waves become the rhythm of your own breathing. Let it slow you down. Let it calm your nervous system. This is the sound of my constancy. The waves have been doing this for millennia, and they will continue to do so long after your worries have faded away. There is a deep, ancient peace in this sound. Now, listen more closely. Beyond the waves, can you hear the soft whisper of the wind as it moves through the tall, dry sea grasses on the dunes behind us? It is not a harsh or violent wind. It is a gentle breeze, a murmur. It sounds like a secret being told, a word of comfort being whispered. This is the sound of my spirit, the Ruach, the very breath of God. It is the sound that moves where it wills, bringing life and refreshment. Let this gentle whisper blow away the cobwebs from your mind. Let it cool the fever of your loneliness. This silence, filled with these gentle sounds, is the perfect backdrop for you to begin to hear my voice. For so long, your ears have been filled with other voices, the loud, demanding voice of the world. The critical, shaming voice of your own inner critic, and perhaps most painfully the hollow, echoing voice of loneliness itself, which constantly repeats the lie that you are on your own. But my voice is different. I rarely shout. The prophet Elijah discovered this. He looked for me in the great and powerful wind, but I was not in the wind. He looked for me in the earthquake, but I was not in the earthquake. He looked for all the loud and dramatic signs. And after all the noise had passed, there came a sound, the sound of a low whisper, a still small voice. And in that quiet sound, I was there. To hear my voice, you must first let the other noises fade. You must attune the ear of your heart to a quieter frequency. You are doing that now simply by being here, by choosing to listen. So what does my voice sound like? How will you know it is me? My voice will never sound like condemnation. It will never tell you that you are a failure or that you are unlovable. That is the voice of the accuser. My voice sounds like grace. It is the voice that says, "Neither do I condemn you." It is the voice that reminds you that you are forgiven, cherished, and righteous in my sight. My voice will never sound like frantic anxiety. It will not urge you to panic or to rush into fearful action. That is the voice of your own fear or of the world. My voice sounds like peace. It is the voice that spoke to the raging sea and said, "Peace, be still." It is the voice that brings a sense of calm, of rightness, of deep inner assurance, even when the circumstances around you are chaotic. My voice will always sound like love. It is the voice that calls you by name. It is the voice that calls you beloved. It is the voice that rejoices over you with singing. It is the voice that affirms your worth, your beauty, your purpose. It is the voice of the ultimate father, the most loyal friend, the most passionate bridegroom. It is a voice filled with warmth, with tenderness, with an unshakable affection for you. You are hearing it now. You may not be hearing distinct words, but you are feeling its effect. The peace that is slowly beginning to settle in your soul, that is the sound of my voice. The feeling of safety that is allowing you to relax your guard, that is the sound of my voice. The flicker of hope that is beginning to glow in the darkness of your heart, that too an echo of my voice. Tonight I am speaking one simple message to you, over and over, carried on the sound of the waves and the whisper of the wind. And the message is this: I am here. You are not alone. I am with you now. Let that simple phrase be the only thing you listen to. Let it fill the empty spaces within you. Let it become the truth that is louder than the lie of your loneliness. Just sit here with me and listen. Listen not with your ears, but with your whole being. Listen to the silence, and in the silence, hear the sound of my love surrounding you, holding you, and calling you home. My dear child, as we rest here together on this quiet shore, feeling the truth of my presence beginning to settle in your soul, it is time for us to turn and face the source of your pain directly. For loneliness is more than just a feeling, more than an empty space in your life. It is an active, deceptive voice. It is a storyteller, a liar that has been whispering a convincing but utterly false narrative into the quiet corners of your heart. It speaks to you in the silence between phone calls, in the darkness of your room at night, in the moments you feel most vulnerable. And its stories are so persistent, you have begun to believe they are true. Tonight, in the unshakable safety of my presence, we will do a brave thing. We will name these lies. We will hold them up to the gentle light of my truth, and we will watch them dissolve like mist in the morning sun. The first and most foundational lie that loneliness tells you is this: you are alone because you are unlovable. Oh, this is its cruelest and most effective weapon. It takes the circumstance of your solitude and turns it into a verdict on your worth. It points to the empty chair at your table, the silence in your home, and it whispers, "See, this is proof." If you were more interesting, more beautiful, more spiritual, more whole, you wouldn't be alone. There is something fundamentally wrong with you, and that is why you have been left. This lie is the parent of all shame. It convinces you that your aloneness is not a season or a struggle, but a sentence you are serving for the crime of being you. But my beloved, I want you to look at me. Look at my hands, which have your name engraved upon them. Look at my face, which is turned toward you with an everlasting love. That lie is the greatest blasphemy against the truth of my creation and my redemption. You are not unlovable. You are the very object of the most powerful, passionate, and persistent love in the universe. Your lovability is not based on your qualities, your achievements, or your wholeness. It is based entirely on my character. I am love. It is my very nature. And I created you from that love, for that love. Long before you accomplished anything, long before you made your first mistake, while you were still being formed in your mother's womb, I knew you, I chose you, and I loved you. My love is the starting point of your existence, not a prize to be won at the end of a long and lonely struggle. The cross is the ultimate silencing of this lie. I did not go to the cross for a hypothetical, more lovable version of you. I went to the cross for you, exactly as you are right now. In my eyes, you were worth dying for. Your aloneness does not diminish your worth by a single degree. In my eyes, it only makes my heart yearn to draw closer to you, to prove that lie wrong with the overwhelming evidence of my presence. Now let's listen for the second lie, a close cousin to the first. It whispers, "No one understands what you're going through." This lie seeks to isolate you in the uniqueness of your pain. It tells you that your story is too complicated, your feelings are too messy, your struggle is too specific for anyone else to truly comprehend. It creates a fortress of solitude around you, convincing you that it is pointless to even try to explain yourself, because no one will get it. It makes you feel like a strange, rare specimen, forever separated from the rest of humanity by the strangeness of your own experience. My child, it may be true that no human being can understand the exact contours of your heart, but I can. I do. I am the man of sorrows, and I am acquainted with the deepest grief. I knew the loneliness of being misunderstood by my closest friends. I knew the isolation of a mission no one else could share. I knew the pain of being abandoned in my hour of greatest need. On the cross, I bore the weight of all human sin and sorrow, which means I bore the specific weight of yours. Your pain is not foreign to me. It is a language I speak fluently. When you weep, I know the precise taste of your tears. When your heart aches with that specific feeling you can't even name, I know its name. You do not have to explain anything to me. I sit with you not in sympathetic confusion, but in deep, resonant, divine empathy. I don't just see your pain. I have felt it. You are not alone in your experience, because I am with you in it. Finally, let's unmask the third great lie. It is the lie that says, this will last forever. Loneliness loves to project your present feeling onto your entire future. It takes the pain of this moment and paints it across the canvas of all your tomorrows. It whispers, this is your life now. Get used to it. Nothing will ever change. It is a lie designed to extinguish hope, because a heart without hope is a heart that will stop reaching for me. It creates a sense of finality, of being trapped in a long, dark, endless tunnel. But I am the God who breaks into timelines. I am the God of the sudden turn, the unexpected dawn. I am the one who makes a way in the wilderness and rivers in the desert. Your current feeling is not your final destination. This season of loneliness is just that, a season. And seasons change. My very nature is to bring light into darkness and life out of death. The story is not over. Your hope is not foolish. For your hope is not in a change of circumstances, but in a changeless God. I hold all of your tomorrows, and I am a God of new beginnings. Tonight we have named the lies, that you are unlovable, that no one understands, that this will last forever, and we have countered them with my eternal truth, that you are infinitely loved, that I understand you perfectly, and that I am the God of hope and new beginnings. Let these truths be the weapons with which you fight. Let them be the balm that soothes your heart. The lies of loneliness are loud, but my truth is everlasting. And tonight, let my truth be the only voice you hear. My precious child, now that we have confronted the lies that loneliness tells, I want to draw your attention away from those false whispers and toward one simple, staggering, and immediate truth. It is a truth contained in the very title of our time together tonight, a truth I want to anchor your entire soul upon. It is this: I am here with you now. Let's not treat this as just a nice religious idea or a comforting thought. Let's treat it as the most solid and tangible reality in the universe at this very moment. More real than the bed you are lying on. More real than the air in your lungs. More real than the feeling of loneliness itself. My presence with you is not a future promise to be claimed one day, nor is it a past event to be remembered. It is a present tense, active, and vibrant reality. Now, what does this mean for you in this moment? It means that you are not simply thinking about me. I am thinking about you. It means you are not just speaking to a void. I am listening. It means you are not just remembering stories about me. The main character of those stories is with you, in the room, right now. I want you to try something. I want you to shift your awareness. For a moment, stop focusing on the feeling of being alone. The feeling is just a feeling. It is a powerful one, but it is not the ultimate reality. The ultimate reality is my presence. I want you to use the senses of your soul to perceive me. Feel the subtle shift in the atmosphere of your room. Loneliness creates a cold, static, empty feeling. But my presence brings a gentle warmth, a quiet hum of life, a sense of fullness. It is like the difference between a room where a candle has just been extinguished, leaving only a trail of smoke, and a room where a candle is burning brightly, silently filling the space with light and heat. Can you feel that subtle shift? That is me. I am here with you now. Listen. Listen past the sounds of your house or the street outside. Listen past the ringing in your own ears. Listen to the deep, holy silence. The silence of loneliness is a hollow, aching void. but the silence of my presence is rich and full. It is a speaking silence. It is the quiet that fell over the raging sea when I commanded it to be still. It is a silence pregnant with peace, with power, and with love. Can you hear the difference? That quiet fullness? That is me. I am here with you now. Let your spiritual sense of touch awaken. Loneliness can make you feel disconnected, as if you are floating in space with nothing to hold on to. But my presence is a tangible support. Imagine the ground beneath you, the bed that holds you, is no longer just an inanimate object. Imagine it is the very palm of my hand, holding you with perfect strength and tenderness. Feel the solidness beneath you. Feel the security of being held, of being contained. You are not floating in a void. You are resting in the embrace of your Creator. That feeling of being securely held? That is me. I am here with you now. This is not a metaphor. The Bible says that in Him we live and move and have our being. You are at this very moment existing within the sphere of my presence, my life, my being. You are like a fish in the ocean, completely surrounded and sustained by the water. You may not always be aware of the water, but it is always there. Without it, you could not exist. Tonight, I am calling you to become aware of the ocean of my presence in which you live. This is a profound and life-altering shift. It changes loneliness from a state of being into a mere feeling. A feeling that can be acknowledged, but that no longer has the power to define your reality. The reality is, you are in me, and I am in you. We are together. Now. So when the feeling of loneliness washes over you, you no longer have to be swept away by it. You can acknowledge it. Ah, yes, there is that feeling of loneliness again. And then you can immediately turn to the deeper reality. But the truth is, I am not alone. He is here with me now. Let this truth be your anchor tonight. Let it be the firm ground beneath your feet. The past is gone. The future has not yet come. All you have is this holy, present moment. And I am filling this moment completely. There is no room for loneliness here. There is only room for you and for me. Just breathe in this reality. Breathe in my presence. And breathe out the illusion of your solitude. You are not alone. I am here. Now. Rest in this truth. It is the only truth that matters. My precious child, as you rest in the immediate, tangible reality of my presence with you now, I want to build a fortress around your heart with one of the most powerful and binding promises I have ever made. It is a promise that has echoed through centuries, giving courage to the fearful, strength to the weak, and companionship to the lonely. I want to speak it directly to you tonight, not as a historical quote, but as a living, breathing vow from my heart to yours. The promise is this: I will never leave you nor forsake you. Let's not glide over these words because they sound familiar. Let's take them apart, piece by piece, and feel the immense weight and security they carry. This is not a casual statement. This is a divine covenant, a solemn oath sworn by the God who cannot lie. It is the bedrock upon which you can build a life free from the fear of abandonment. First, consider the words, I will never leave you. The word for leave here means to leave behind, to let go of, to release one's hold upon. I want you to picture yourself as a small child, holding tightly to your father's hand in a large, bustling crowd. Your greatest fear is that he will let go of your hand and you will be lost, swept away in the chaos. This promise is my answer to that primal fear. I am telling you, with all the authority of heaven, that I will never, ever relax my grip. My hand which holds you will never grow tired. My attention will never wander. There is no circumstance, no failure on your part, no external pressure that could ever compel me to release my hold on you. You are mine, and I hold fast to what is mine. Think of all the times you have felt left. Perhaps a parent left, through death or divorce. A friend moved away, a loved one emotionally withdrew. These human experiences have taught your heart that leaving is a normal, albeit painful, part of life. You have learned to brace yourself for it, but I am here to re-educate your heart with a divine reality. I am not like man. My love is not fickle. My commitment is not conditional. When I say never, I mean never. Not for a moment, not for a second. Even when you cannot feel me, even when you feel you have wandered far away, I have not let go of your hand. I will never leave you. Now consider the second part of the vow, which goes even deeper. Nor forsake you. This is a different kind of promise. The word forsake means to abandon, to desert, to leave someone in a helpless state, to turn away from them completely. Leaving can sometimes be unintentional. Forsaking is a deliberate choice. It is the act of turning one's back on someone in their time of need. It is the ultimate betrayal, and I promise you, I will never do this. I will never turn my back on you. I will never abandon you to face your struggles alone. I will never look at your mess, your sin, your pain, and decide that you are too much trouble. I am not a fair weather friend. I am the friend who draws closest when the storm is at its fiercest. When my own son, who was perfect and sinless, hung on the cross, he cried out, my God, why have you forsaken me?" In that moment, he willingly took upon himself the full weight of every human being's separation from God. He experienced the ultimate loneliness, the ultimate forsakenness, so that you would never have to. He drank the cup of divine abandonment to the dregs, so that it could be replaced for you with the cup of everlasting companionship. Because he was forsaken for a moment, you are accepted and accompanied for all eternity. This is the great exchange of the gospel. So what does this unbreakable promise mean for you tonight as you lie here feeling alone? It means your feeling of loneliness is just that, a feeling. It is not the truth. The truth is that you are, at this very moment, being accompanied, held, and cherished by the God of the universe. The truth is that no matter how dark the night gets, you will not be deserted. The truth is that you can rest your full weight on this promise and it will hold. It is stronger than your fear. It is more persistent than your doubt. It is more enduring than your pain. I want you to let this promise be the foundation upon which you fall asleep. Let it be the pillow for your weary head. You can let go of the fear of being left. You can release the deep-seated anxiety of abandonment. It cannot happen. I have sworn it. My honor as God is on the line. I will never ever under any circumstances leave you or forsake you. You are eternally, securely, and unshakably accompanied. Rest in that vow. It is the safest place in all of creation. My child, my friend, as you let the truth of my unbreakable promise wash over you, I want to take you back in time. I want to take you to a specific moment in history when I tore the heavens open and forever changed the meaning of the word loneliness. I want to tell you the story of my own birth, not as a distant children's tale, but as the ultimate proof of my heart's deepest desire, to be with you. For centuries, humanity had felt a vast separation from God. There was a distance, a chasm. My presence was experienced in a temple, behind a thick curtain, accessible only to a special few, only once a year. The feeling of being far from God was the default human condition. But all along, my Father had a plan. A radical, audacious, love-driven plan to annihilate that distance forever. The prophet Isaiah, hundreds of years before it happened, was given a glimpse of this plan. He prophesied, "Behold, the virgin shall conceive and bear a son, and they shall call his name Emmanuel." And then the scripture explains what this mysterious name means. It means, quite simply, God with us. Let that name sink into your soul tonight. Emmanuel. It is not just a name, it is my job description. It is my mission statement. It is the summary of my entire purpose for coming to earth. I did not come to be God far from us. or God observing us, or God disappointed in us. I came to be God with us. Think of the staggering implications of this. The infinite, all-powerful, holy God who spoke galaxies into existence chose to wrap himself in frail human flesh. He chose to become small. He chose to become vulnerable. He confined his omnipresence into the tiny body of a baby, sleeping in a feeding trough for animals. Why would he do such a thing? For one reason only: to be with you, to get close to you, to walk where you walk, to feel what you feel, to breathe the same air you breathe. I chose to enter into the messiness of human life. I experienced the discomfort of a human body, the hunger, the thirst, the weariness you feel so acutely tonight. I experienced the limitations of a human life. I experienced human relationships with all their joy and all their pain. I experienced human emotion. I laughed with my friends. I grew angry at injustice, and I wept at the tomb of one I loved. I did all of this so that you would never again be able to say, God doesn't understand what it's like to be me. I understand. I know. For 33 years, I was God with you, in the most literal sense imaginable. I walked your earth. I felt your sun on my skin. I experienced your humanity from the inside out. And when my time on earth was finished, did I return to that distant, far-off state? No. The plan was even more radical than that. I told my disciples, "It is to your advantage that I go away, for if I do not go away, the Helper will not come to you. But if I go, I will send him to you." I was not abandoning them. I was preparing for an even deeper, more intimate form of witness. When my Spirit, the Holy Spirit, the Comforter, came at Pentecost, the nature of my presence changed. I was no longer just God with you, walking beside you. I became God in you. My Spirit came to make his home inside the hearts of all who believe in me. The chasm was not just bridged, it was completely filled. The temple was no longer a building of stone. It became your very body. This is the reality you live in now, my child. You are an Emmanuel person. You are a walking, breathing temple of the living God. My presence is not something you have to search for outside of yourself. It is the very lifeblood of your spirit. You are never alone because my very being is intertwined with yours. We are one. So tonight, when you feel that ache of loneliness, I want you to remember the manger. Remember the creator of the universe sleeping in the hay. Remember that he did that so he could get close to you. And then remember the cross and the empty tomb and the rushing wind of Pentecost. Remember that he did all of that so he could be not just near you, but in you. The story of my birth is the ultimate answer to your loneliness. It is the story of a God who refused to stay far away. It is the story of a God who would rather die than live without you. You are not alone. God is with you. God is in you. Emmanuel. Let this name be a fortress around your heart tonight. Rest in the profound, world-changing truth of my nearness. My beloved child, as you rest in the profound, world-altering truth of Emmanuel, the truth that I am God with you and in you, let us make this understanding even more personal. Because my presence is not a vague, generic force that fills the universe. It is a highly specific, focused, and intimate attention directed entirely at you. Much of the pain of loneliness comes from the feeling of being anonymous, of being just another face in the crowd. It is the fear that no one knows the real you. Tonight, I want to completely dismantle that fear with the truth of how deeply and personally you are known by me. The world knows you by your title, by your role, by your family name. But I know you by a name that is secret and sacred, a name I have whispered to your soul from the foundations of the world. The prophet Isaiah recorded my words to you. Fear not, for I have redeemed you. I have called you by name. You are mine. I have called you by name. It is a declaration of ownership, of belonging, and of profound intimacy. You are not a number. You are not a statistic. You are a named, known, cherished individual in my kingdom. When I speak, I am not addressing a crowd. I am speaking to you. But my knowledge of you goes far beyond just your name. The psalmist David, in a moment of inspired awe, tried to capture the staggering depth of my awareness of him and of you. He wrote, "O Lord, you have searched me and known me. You know when I sit down and when I rise up. You discern my thoughts from afar." Think about that for a moment. You know when I sit down and when I rise up. Every simple, mundane action of your day is observed by me, not with the cold eye of a security camera, but with the warm, interested gaze of a loving father. I see you when you sit down at your desk to work, when you rise up to make a cup of coffee, when you sink into a chair at the end of a long day, weary and exhausted. None of it is meaningless to me because it is happening to you. I am the silent, loving witness to the unrecorded ordinary moments that make up the substance of your life. And even more intimately, you discern my thoughts from afar. Before a thought is even fully formed in your own mind, I am aware of it. I know the anxieties that are beginning to bubble up. I know the fleeting memories that drift through your consciousness. I know the secret hopes you are afraid to even articulate to yourself. You have no thoughts that are hidden from me. And this is not a frightening truth meant to make you feel exposed. It is a comforting truth meant to make you feel completely understood. You never have to struggle to explain yourself to me. You never have to search for the right words. I already know. I know the intention behind your fumbled prayer. I know the desire for good behind your flawed action. I know the deep love that fuels your worry. I know you from the inside out. David continued, "You search out my path and my lying down and are acquainted with all my ways. Even before a word is on my tongue, behold, O Lord, you know it altogether. I am acquainted with all your ways. The way you chew your lip when you're concentrating. The way you instinctively reach out to help someone. The way you retreat into silence when you are hurt. I am familiar with the unique, intricate tapestry of your personality, your habits, your fears, your joys. I have studied you, not to find fault, but with the same fascination and delight that an artist studies his own masterpiece. This is the antidote to the anonymity of loneliness. You cannot be anonymous to the one who designed you. You cannot be a face in the crowd to the one who numbers the hairs on your head. You cannot be misunderstood by the one who discerns your every thought. The feeling of loneliness often comes with a deep weariness, the weariness of feeling like you have to constantly explain or justify your existence. With me, you can lay that burden down. You can rest in the profound relief of being fully, completely, and perfectly known. There are no masks required. There is no performance necessary. You can just be your truest, most authentic self, in all your complexity and contradiction, and know that you are not just tolerated, but celebrated. So as you lie here tonight, I want you to let go of the fear of being unknown. Release the feeling that you are just a speck of dust in a vast, uncaring universe. That is a lie. The truth is that the mind of the God who created that universe is, at this very moment, filled with thoughts of you. And his thoughts toward you are precious, and they are more numerous than the grains of sand on this quiet beach where we are sitting. You are known. You are seen. You are understood. Rest in the intimacy of that knowledge. It is a peace the world cannot give, and a companionship that will never fail. My precious child, we have established the profound truth that I am God with you, and that I know you with a perfect, intimate knowledge. Now I want to bring this truth to its most personal and heartwarming conclusion. I want to talk to you, not just as your God and your Creator, but as your friend. For it is often the simple, human ache for friendship that lies at the heart of loneliness. The world defines friendship in many ways. A friend is someone you have fun with, someone who shares your interests, someone you can talk to. And while those things are good, the friendship I offer you goes infinitely deeper. I once told my disciples, my closest companions on earth, "No longer do I call you servants, for the servant does not know what his master is doing, but I have called you friends, for all that I have heard from my Father I have made known to you." This was a revolutionary statement. I was elevating them and you from a position of distant duty to one of intimate, shared confidence. A servant obeys commands. A friend shares the heart of the one they love. Tonight, I want to share my heart with you, and I want you to feel safe enough to share yours with me. What does it mean that I am your friend? It means I am on your side, always. I am your greatest advocate, your most loyal supporter. When the voices of condemnation come from the world or from your own heart, I am the friend who stands up and speaks in your defense. I am the one who points to my own sacrifice and says, "This one is with me. They are forgiven. They are mine." I am fiercely loyal to my friends. Being your friend means I delight in your company. Do you realize that? You may feel that you are bothering me with your needs, that you are an interruption to my grand, cosmic plans. But the truth is, these quiet moments with you are a highlight of my eternal day. It brings me joy just to be with you. You do not have to perform for me or entertain me. Your presence is enough. Just as you might sit in comfortable silence with a dear human friend, feeling no pressure to speak, you can simply rest in my company tonight. My friendship is not demanding. It is a place of rest. Being your friend means I am trustworthy with your deepest hurts. You may have been wounded by human friends who betrayed your confidence, who were not there when you needed them, who did not understand your pain, and those wounds can make you hesitant to trust again. But I am not like that. I am a safe harbor for your heart. You can tell me your most shameful secrets, your most painful memories, your most confusing doubts. I will not recoil. I will not judge you. I will not use your vulnerability against you. I will guard what you share with me with the utmost tenderness and care. I am the one friend who will never ever let you down. And being your friend means I chose you. I told my disciples, "You did not choose me, but I chose you." This is not to diminish your choice to follow me, but to highlight the foundational truth that my friendship with you was my idea first. I sought you out. I pursued you. I longed for this connection with you long before you were even aware of your need for me. You are not an afterthought. You were a deliberate, intentional choice of my heart. I chose you to be my friend. So tonight, let the cold, impersonal feeling of loneliness be replaced by the warmth of this divine friendship. You are not an orphan in the universe trying to find your way. You are walking with a companion. You have a friend who knows you completely, loves you unconditionally, delights in your company, and will be loyal to you for all eternity. If you have words, speak to me as you would to such a friend. Tell me about your day. Tell me what made you laugh and what made you cry. If you have no words, that is all right too. Just rest here with me. Feel my companionable presence beside you on this quiet beach. Feel the warmth that radiates from one friend to another. The ache of loneliness finds its ultimate healing in the reality of this friendship. You are not alone. You have a friend who is closer than a brother, a friend who laid down his life for you, a friend who is with you, right now. Rest, my dear friend. Rest. My beloved child, my friend, as you rest in the warmth of our friendship, I want to give you another image of my companionship, one that speaks directly to the part of your loneliness that feels vulnerable and unprotected. It is the ancient and tender image of a shepherd and his sheep. I once declared, "I am the good shepherd. The good shepherd lays down his life for the sheep." Tonight I want you to know with every fiber of your being that you are my precious sheep and I am your good shepherd. A sheep is one of the most dependent creatures in all of my creation. It is not fast. It is not fierce. It has very poor eyesight and a terrible sense of direction. Left to itself, a single sheep is utterly helpless. It is prone to wander into danger, to get stuck in thorns, to fall from cliffs, to be targeted by predators. The loneliness of a lost sheep is a loneliness of pure terror and vulnerability. Its only hope, its only safety lies in the constant, watchful presence of its shepherd. Perhaps you feel like that lost sheep tonight. You feel that you have wandered from the path. You feel exposed, vulnerable, with dangers lurking in the shadows of your mind. You feel that you have no sense of direction, no inner strength to protect yourself. If that is you, then this name, Good Shepherd, is especially for you. What makes me a good shepherd? A good shepherd, unlike a hired hand, has a personal, vested interest in his flock. The sheep are not just his job, they are his life. He knows each one by name. He does not just count them as a group. He knows their individual personalities, their unique bleats, their specific weaknesses. My child, I know you this way. I know what makes you anxious. I know which thorns you are likely to get caught in. I know your unique vulnerabilities. And because I know them, I can protect you from them. A good shepherd never takes his eyes off his sheep. His gaze is constantly scanning the flock and the horizon. He is always on watch. While you have been going about your day, feeling unseen, my gaze has been upon you. I have been watching your path, anticipating your needs, guarding you from dangers you were not even aware of. And tonight, as you prepare to sleep, my watch does not end. In fact, it intensifies. I am the shepherd of Israel who never slumbers nor sleeps. I am on watch so you can rest. A good shepherd leads his sheep. He does not drive them from behind with fear. He walks ahead, and they follow the sound of his voice, a voice they trust. He leads them to places of safety and provision. He leads them to green pastures, places of nourishment and rest. He leads them beside still waters, places where they can quench their thirst without fear. This quiet place we are in tonight, this peaceful shore, is a green pasture for your soul. These gentle waves are the still waters for your spirit. I have led you here tonight because, as your shepherd, I knew this is exactly what you needed. And what happens if a sheep does wander off? What happens if it gets lost in the darkness? The hired hand might cut his losses and say, "Oh well, it's only one." But the good shepherd? The good shepherd leaves the 99 other sheep in the safety of the fold, and he goes out into the wild and dangerous night to search for that one lost sheep. He will climb the dangerous cliffs, he will push through the sharp thorns, he will risk his own life, and he will not stop searching until he finds it. And when he finds it, does he scold it? Does he punish it for wandering? No. The scripture says he lays it gently on his shoulders, and he rejoices. His heart is filled with joy that the one who was lost has been found. My child, you have never wandered so far that I cannot find you. You have never been so lost that I will give up the search. If you feel lost tonight, just be still and listen. You will hear the sound of my voice calling your name. You will feel the gentle strength of my arms as I lift you out of your despair and place you upon my shoulders. The safest place a sheep can be is not in the middle of the flock, but on the shoulders of its shepherd, held close to his heart. That is where you are tonight. You are not a lost sheep, alone and frightened in the wilderness. You are the found sheep, resting securely on the shoulders of your good shepherd. I am carrying you. I am protecting you. I am rejoicing over you. There is no safer place in the universe. Let go of the fear of being lost. Let go of the need to find your own way. Just rest on my shoulders. I will carry you through the darkness all the way home. Sleep now, my precious sheep. Your shepherd is on watch. My beloved, as you rest in the security of my presence now, held on the shoulders of your shepherd, I want to do a gentle and healing work in your memory. For much of your present loneliness is fed by the painful memories of your past. Your heart holds a catalog of moments when you felt utterly, devastatingly alone. A childhood bedroom where you cried yourself to sleep. A school cafeteria where you sat by yourself. A moment of crisis when you felt abandoned by everyone. A season of grief when the world seemed to be moving on without you. These memories are like ghosts that haunt the hallways of your heart. They have convinced you that loneliness is your destiny, that being abandoned is your recurring story. They whisper to you, "See, you have always been alone." Why would tonight be any different? Tonight I want to walk back with you into those haunted places, not to relive the pain, but to reveal a truth you could not see at the time. The truth that I was with you even then. Let us be very gentle. I want you to allow one of those memories to surface. Choose one that feels particularly potent, a time when your feeling of isolation was at its peak. Do not be afraid. You are not going back alone. You are going back with me, your hand held securely in mine. Let the scene form in your mind's eye. See the room. See your younger self. See the details of that moment. Feel the echo of the pain, the ache of that specific loneliness. It is real. I am not here to deny your feeling. It was a valid and painful experience. But now, I want you to do something new. I want you to look for me in the picture. I am there. I promise you. I am there. You could not see me then because your eyes were filled with tears. Your heart was consumed with pain. But I was there. Perhaps you see me as a quiet, unseen presence in the corner of the room. My heart breaking with yours, sending you waves of strength that you mistook for your own resilience. Perhaps I was the sudden, unexplainable sense of peace that came over you for just a moment, a brief respite in the storm. Perhaps I was the friend who called out of the blue the next day, a call prompted by a gentle nudge from my spirit. Perhaps I was the beauty of the sunset on a particularly hard day, a small, silent gift meant to remind you that beauty still existed. Look closer. When you were that child crying in your bed, I was the one who finally soothed you into an exhausted sleep, my hand on your brow. When you were that teenager feeling like an outcast, I was the one who whispered to your spirit that you were chosen and beloved by me, a truth that kept a tiny spark of hope alive in you. When you were in that hospital room, terrified and alone, I was the unseen presence holding your hand, the one whose strength was flowing into you, enabling you to endure. When you were navigating that devastating loss, I was the one who collected every tear you cried, the one who sat with you in the suffocating silence, mourning with you. My child, I have never, not for one moment, been absent from your life. My presence has been a constant, unbroken thread woven through the entire tapestry of your story, even in the darkest, most painful parts. The lie of the enemy is that those dark patches are proof of my absence. The truth of my gospel is that those dark patches are the very places where my presence was most powerful, most sustaining, most miraculously at work. Let my presence now redeem that memory. Let the truth of my companionship rewrite the narrative of your past. Your story is not one of repeated abandonment. Your story is one of my relentless, faithful, and often unseen pursuit of your heart. Let us do this with another memory if you wish. And another. We can walk through all the haunted hallways of your heart tonight, and in every room I will turn on the light and show you where I was, waiting for you, weeping with you, holding you. Let this healing truth sink deep into your soul. You have never truly been alone. Your past does not have to be a source of pain anymore. It can become a testament to my faithfulness. It can be a museum of memories where every exhibit, no matter how dark, has a small plaque that reads, "Even here, he was with me." Rest now, free from the ghosts of your past. They have no power here, for the Lord of life has walked through those memories with you and has filled them with his everlasting light. Your past is redeemed, your present is secure, and your future is bright with my promise. Rest in this whole and healed understanding of your own story. My precious child, we have walked together on a quiet shore, We have unmasked the lies of loneliness. We have revisited your past and seen my faithful presence there. Now, I want to lead you into an even more profound and intimate understanding of my companionship, a truth so radical it changed the very nature of what it means to be human. It is the truth that my presence is not just something with you or for you. It is something within you. When my time walking the earth in a physical body was coming to an end, my disciples were filled with a deep and sorrowful loneliness. They could not imagine a life without my physical presence beside them. They felt that they were about to be orphaned, abandoned. Their hearts were troubled. And in that moment of their deepest fear of being alone, I made them a promise that must have seemed impossible. I said to them, "I will ask the Father, and he will give you another helper to be with you forever, even the Spirit of truth. You know him, for he dwells with you and will be in you." And then I said something even more startling. "I will not leave you as orphans, I will come to you." Do you see the mystery and the beauty of this? I was leaving, yet I was not leaving. I was going away, yet I was coming to them in a new, more intimate, and more powerful way. This helper, this comforter is the Holy Spirit, my very own Spirit, the third person of the Trinity. And at Pentecost, this promise was fulfilled. My Spirit came to make his permanent home, his dwelling place, inside the hearts of all who place their faith in me. This means that you, my beloved, are a walking sanctuary. Your body is a temple of the living God. The same presence that filled the holiest of holies in the ancient temple now resides within you. The same Spirit that hovered over the waters at creation, that empowered the prophets, that raised me from the dead, now lives and breathes within your very being. Let the staggering reality of this truth wash over you tonight. The antidote to your loneliness is not something you have to search for outside of yourself. You carry the very presence of God within you. You are, at this very moment, a vessel filled with divine companionship. This changes everything. It means you are never truly alone, even when you are physically isolated. When you wake in the middle of the night and the house is silent, you are not alone. The Comforter is with you. When you face a difficult decision and there is no one to talk to, you are not alone. The Spirit of wisdom is within you. When your heart is breaking and no one seems to understand, you are not alone. The Spirit of comfort is welling up inside you. I want you to practice becoming aware of this inner presence right now. Place your hand gently over your heart. Take a slow, deep breath. And as you breathe, I want you to acknowledge the reality of the Holy Spirit dwelling within you. He is not a vague concept. He is a person. He is the very presence of me living inside you. You can speak to him. In the quiet of your own mind, you can say, "Holy Spirit, thank you for being here. Thank you for never leaving me. Help me to be more aware of your presence within me." This inner companionship is the most profound solution to loneliness. Human friends can be a wonderful gift, but they cannot be with you always. They cannot know your deepest thoughts. They cannot be present in your every waking and sleeping moment. But I can. Through my Spirit, I am with you always, from the inside out. My Spirit is your constant companion. He is the one who prays for you when you don't have the words. The scripture says he intercedes for you with groanings too deep for words. When all you can do is sigh in your exhaustion and pain, he takes that sigh and translates it into a perfect prayer before the Father's throne. He is your comforter. He is the one who brings my peace, my love, and my truth to your remembrance. That sudden feeling of peace that comes over you in a moment of anxiety, that is the Comforter at work. That scripture that comes to your mind at just the right moment, that is the Comforter, your inner helper. So tonight, as you feel the ache of loneliness, I want you to turn your attention inward. Turn your focus to the sacred space within your own heart. There, you will find me. I have made my home in you. You are a walking, breathing Emmanuel. You are never alone, because the very source of all companionship lives and moves and has his being within you. Rest in this incredible truth. Let it fill you with a sense of security and wonder. You are not an empty vessel waiting to be filled. You are a holy temple, filled with the glory and the friendship of the living God. Let the awareness of this inner companion be the last thought you have as you drift off to sleep. You are home to me, and in me, you are always home. My dear child, my temple as you rest in the wonder of my spirit dwelling within you, let us apply this truth to the most difficult and isolating parts of your life. For loneliness often feels most acute not in moments of quiet, but in moments of intense struggle. When you are wrestling with temptation, when you are battling a secret sin, when you are grappling with overwhelming doubt, or when you are fighting a silent battle with physical or emotional pain. In these moments, it is so easy to feel that you are utterly alone in the arena, with no one in your corner. The enemy of your soul loves this. He thrives on isolating you in your struggles. He whispers, "If anyone knew you were fighting this, they would be disgusted. You are the only one this weak. You are a failure as a Christian. You must hide this. You must fight this alone." And so you struggle in a secret, shame-filled silence which only makes the battle harder and your loneliness deeper. Tonight I am here to shatter that silence and to demolish that isolating lie. You are never alone in your struggle. I am with you in the very heart of the battle. I am not a distant king who sends his soldiers off to war. I am the captain who goes with you, who fights beside you, and who has already secured the ultimate victory for you. Let's talk about your struggle with temptation, or a recurring sin. You feel the pull of that old habit, that destructive pattern of thought or behavior. And you feel so weak, so ashamed. You feel so alone in your inability to conquer it. But the scripture says that I was tempted in every way, just as we are, yet was without sin. What does this mean for you? It means I understand the struggle. I know what it feels like to be tempted. I know the pressure, the pull, the subtle rationalizations of the enemy. I have faced it all, and because I have faced it, I am able to sympathize with your weakness. I do not stand over you with condemnation. I stand beside you with empathy and with power. When you feel that temptation, you can turn to me and say, "Lord, you know this feeling. You understand this battle. Give me your strength to endure. Help me find the way of escape you have promised." You are not fighting it alone. You are fighting it with the one who has already defeated the tempter. Now let's talk about your struggle with doubt. Your mind is filled with questions. Your heart feels cold and distant from me. You read my word and it feels empty. You pray and your words seem to hit the ceiling. This can be one of the most frightening and isolating experiences for a believer. You feel like a fraud. You are afraid to tell anyone for fear of being judged. But my child, I am not afraid of your doubts. I was not afraid of Thomas's doubt, was I? I met him right where he was. I invited him to touch my wounds. I am secure enough to handle your questions. I am with you in the doubt. I am the quiet presence that remains even when your feelings have fled. Your relationship with me is not held together by the strength of your faith, but by the strength of my faithfulness. You can bring your doubts to me. You can wrestle with me, as Jacob did. You will not find anger. You will find a patient friend who is willing to stay with you in the darkness until the light dawns again. You are not alone in the valley of questioning. I am walking it with you. And what about your struggle with physical or emotional pain? The chronic illness, the deep depression, the relentless anxiety. This pain can build a wall around you, isolating you from the healthy, happy world outside. It is a lonely, draining, and often invisible battle. But I am the God who is acquainted with grief. I am the God whose body was broken for you. I understand pain. I am with you in every ache, in every wave of nausea, in every surge of panic, in every dark thought. I am not just observing your suffering. I enter into it with you. My grace is made perfect in your weakness. My strength is available to you when you have none of your own. When you cannot go on, I will carry you. So tonight, whatever your secret struggle is, I want you to renounce the lie that you are fighting it alone. You are not. I am your ally. I am your defender. I am your strength. I am your ever-present help in trouble. Imagine yourself in an arena, facing your struggle. Now turn and see me standing right beside you, my hand on your shoulder, my eyes filled with love and determination. We are in this together, and because I am with you, the outcome is not in doubt. Victory is assured. So rest now, even in the midst of your battle. Rest in the knowledge that your captain is with you, and he has never lost a war. My precious child, we have seen how I am with you now, in this very moment, and how I was with you in every moment of your past. Now let us speak about tomorrow, for I know that a significant part of the loneliness you feel tonight is not just about your present circumstances, but about the future you are facing. The future can feel like a vast, empty, uncharted territory that you must enter all by yourself. It is the fear of facing an unknown diagnosis alone, of navigating a career change alone, of growing old alone, of waking up tomorrow to the same ache of solitude you feel right now. This fear of a lonely future can cast a long, cold shadow back into your present, robbing you of any peace you might find. But tonight, I want to give you a new way to see your tomorrow. I want to replace your fear of the unknown with the certainty of my presence. For here is a truth that your time-bound mind can rest in. You will never, ever walk into a single moment of your future where I am not already waiting for you. The scripture says I am the Alpha and the Omega, the first and the last, the beginning and the end. This means I am outside of time. I am not limited by the linear progression of moments as you are. I see the entire tapestry of your life, from its first thread to its last all at once. The day you fear, the meeting you dread, the anniversary that will be so painful, I am already there. And because I am there, my grace is there. My strength is there. My comfort is there. All the resources you will need for that moment have already been prepared and are waiting for your arrival. I am your good shepherd, and a shepherd always goes ahead of his sheep. He does not send them into a new pasture without first inspecting it for dangers. He does not lead them toward a river without first finding a safe place to cross. He goes ahead to prepare the way. My child, I am always going ahead of you. I am walking into your tomorrow right now, preparing the way for you. I am smoothing the path, removing the obstacles, arranging the details in ways you cannot possibly see from where you are standing. You are not stepping into a void. You are stepping onto a path that has been prepared by a loving, all-powerful guide. Do you remember what I told my disciples in that upper room when their hearts were so troubled about the future without me? I said, "Do not let your hearts be troubled. You believe in God. Believe also in me." My Father's house has many rooms. If that were not so, would I have told you that I am going there to prepare a place for you? And if I go and prepare a place for you, I will come back and take you to be with me, that you also may be where I am. While this is a promise about your ultimate eternal home, it is also a picture of how I operate in your life right now. My posture toward you is always one of going ahead to prepare. I am constantly working on your behalf ahead of your awareness, making ready a place of safety, of provision, of grace for you to step into. So let's release the burden of trying to control your future. It is an impossible and exhausting task. It is like trying to navigate a ship in a thick fog without a map or a compass. Tonight I want you to relinquish the captain's wheel. I want you to entrust the navigation of your life to me. I am the one who knows the map, who sees through the fog, who controls the winds and the waves. Picture your future as a series of doors, stretching out in a long hallway before you. Behind each door is a new day, a new moment. You have been standing in the hallway filled with anxiety, trying to guess what is behind each door, bracing yourself for the worst. But now, I want you to see me, walking down that hallway ahead of you. I open tomorrow's door, and I step inside. I am in there now, making things ready. I am filling the room with my light. I am placing my peace in the very atmosphere, so that when you wake up and your time comes to open that door, you will not be entering a frightening unknown space. You will be entering a room where your dearest friend is already waiting for you with a smile, saying, "Welcome. I've been expecting you. Everything is ready." This is the truth of your future. It is not empty. It is not a void. It is filled with my preparatory love. You are not walking toward loneliness. You are walking toward a continuous, unbroken series of encounters with me. So you can let go of the anxiety. You can stop rehearsing for tragedies that may never happen. You can cease the frantic work of trying to secure your own future. Your future is perfectly secure because it is in my hands, and I am already there. Rest in that certainty. Let it be the firmest foundation for your peace. Sleep now, knowing that your tomorrow is already held, already prepared, already filled with me. My precious one, as you rest in the security of a future that I am already preparing for you, let's bring our focus back to this very room, to this very moment. Let's talk about the darkness, not just the darkness of your fears or your loneliness, but the simple physical darkness of the room you are in. For some, the darkness of night is a comfort, a blanket for sleep. But for a lonely heart, the darkness can feel like an accomplice to the emptiness. It can hide menacing shapes in the shadows. It can make the room feel vast, and your presence in it feel small and vulnerable. Tonight, I want to fill this darkness with my presence, and I want you to experience my presence as a gentle, warm, and steady light. I once said, "I am the light of the world. Whoever follows me will not walk in darkness, but will have the light of life." This is not just a spiritual metaphor. It is a reality that can change the very atmosphere of the space you are in. You do not have to be afraid of the dark, because the light of the world is with you. Right here, right now. I want you to use the eyes of your heart to see this. Imagine in the very center of the room, a small point of light beginning to form. It is not a harsh, glaring, electric light. It is a soft, organic, golden light, like that of a single, perfectly still candle flame. It does not flicker nervously. It burns with a calm, serene, and confident steadiness. Now watch as this light begins to expand. Slowly, gently, it pushes the darkness back. It does not fight the darkness or do battle with it. The darkness simply cannot coexist with the light. Where the light advances, the darkness must retreat. It is the nature of things. My presence does not struggle against your loneliness. It simply displaces it. See this warm, golden light spread throughout the room. It flows into the corners, revealing that there are no menacing shapes there, only familiar furniture. It seeps under the bed and into the closet, clearing out all the places where childish fears might linger. It illuminates the entire space, not with a stark brightness that would keep you awake, but with a soft, ambient, peaceful glow. The kind of light that makes you feel utterly safe. The kind of light that says, "All is well." This light is my very presence made visible to your soul. It is the light of my holiness which purifies the atmosphere of fear. It is the light of my love, which warms the chill of isolation. It is the light of my truth, which exposes all the lies that thrive in the dark. Now, I want you to see this light beginning to gather around you personally. It is drawn to you, its source. It forms a gentle, shimmering cocoon of light all around your body, a personal sphere of my presence. It is a shield of light. No darkness can penetrate it. No fearful thought can survive in its radiance. No spirit of loneliness can enter this holy space. You are encased in the pure, protective light of your Savior. Feel the warmth of this light on your skin. It is not a burning heat, but a gentle, soothing warmth, like the feeling of the sun on your face on a perfect spring day. Let this warmth seep deep into your body, into your muscles, into your bones. It is the warmth of my love, and it is melting away the last vestiges of tension, the last pockets of cold fear. It is making your body feel heavy, relaxed, and profoundly safe. This light is the light of life. It is not a dead, static light. It is a living, breathing presence. It pulses with a slow, steady rhythm, in time with your own peaceful heartbeat. It is life. It is peace. It is me. So often, you have tried to fight the darkness on your own. You turn on a nightlight or you distract yourself with the blue light of a screen. But those are pale imitations of the true light. Tonight, you don't need any of that. You have the source. The light of the world is your personal companion. He has filled your room, he has surrounded your body, and he has filled your heart. You can close your physical eyes now. You don't need them to see. Let the image of this warm, golden, protective light be the last image in your mind as you drift off. You are sleeping not in darkness, but in the very heart of a gentle, holy, and unwavering light. You are a child of the light, and you are resting safely within the light itself. Sleep now, in this perfect peace, in this perfect light. My child, as you rest here, enveloped in the gentle, unwavering light of my presence, I want to add another layer to your understanding of my companionship. The light keeps the darkness at bay, but I know that your fears are not always vague shadows. Sometimes they feel like sharp, specific incoming projectiles, a sudden, stabbing worry about your health, a piercing memory of a past hurt, a sharp arrow of self-criticism. These are the fiery darts of the enemy, and they are designed to puncture your peace and leave you feeling wounded and exposed. In the face of such attacks, you need more than just light. You need a shield. And that is what my presence is for you tonight. The psalmist, a warrior who knew well the reality of incoming arrows, declared, "But you, O Lord, are a shield around me, my glory, and the lifter of my head." Tonight, I want you to feel the reality of that shield. Picture the cocoon of golden light that is already surrounding you. Now I want you to see its outer edge begin to solidify, to harden, to become a beautiful, translucent, but absolutely impenetrable shield of light. It is not made of wood or metal, which can be splintered or dented. It is forged from my very own faithfulness, my absolute and unchanging character. It is a shield that has never failed, and it cannot fail now. This shield surrounds you completely. It is above you, below you, and on all sides. There are no gaps. There are no weak points. You are perfectly enclosed in a sphere of divine protection. Now let's watch what happens when the fears try to approach. In your mind's eye, see one of your recurring worries begin to form in the darkness outside your shield. See it take shape, perhaps as a dark, pointed arrow. It is aimed directly at your heart. The enemy fires it. You see it flying through the darkness, swift and menacing. In the past, this arrow would have struck you, causing a jolt of anxiety, a surge of adrenaline, a familiar pang of fear. You would have spent hours trying to recover from the impact, but not tonight. Tonight, you have a shield. Watch as the arrow makes contact with the outer surface of your shield of light. What happens? It does not pierce it. It does not even leave a mark. The moment the tip of the dark arrow touches the surface of my faithfulness, it simply dissolves. It turns into a puff of harmless smoke and vanishes into nothingness. Its power is completely neutralized. Its poison is rendered inert. It cannot reach you. Let's try another one. Here comes the arrow of a painful memory. A past failure that has so often wounded you with shame. See it flying toward you. But as it hits the shield of my grace, it too is instantly vaporized. The past has no power to wound you here, for you are shielded by my complete forgiveness. Here comes an arrow of anxiety about the future. A what-if scenario that usually sends your mind spinning. It hurtles through the darkness, but upon impact with the shield of my sovereignty, it vanishes without a trace. The future cannot torment you here, for you are protected by the one who holds all of your tomorrows. Do you see, my child? Your work is not to dodge the arrows. Your work is not to catch them or to fight them. Your only work is to rest inside the shield. Your job is to abide in me, to stay within the circle of my protective presence. My job is to be the shield. This is what it means to put on the shield of faith that my Apostle Paul wrote about. Faith is not a feeling you have to muster up. Faith is simply your choice to trust that my shield is real, that my presence is enough. It is the act of resting behind the shield, instead of running out to fight the arrows on your own. So let them come. Let the worries and the fears and the accusations fly. They may make noise in the darkness outside, but they cannot touch you. You are safe. You are secure. You are shielded by the very faithfulness of Almighty God. Feel the deep sense of peace that comes with this understanding. The vigilance can cease. You can stop bracing for impact. The battle is no longer yours. You are a protected non-combatant in this spiritual war tonight. You are a beloved child, resting securely in a divine fortress while your Father stands guard. Let your body relax into this profound safety. Let your muscles, which were so often tensed in anticipation of a blow, go completely limp. Let your heart, which so often raced with fear, beat with a slow, steady rhythm of peace. You are untouchable. You are safe. You are surrounded by a shield of unbreakable love. Rest now deeply and fearlessly behind the shield of my presence. My beloved, you are surrounded by light and protected by a shield. You are safe from the darkness and the fiery darts that fly within it. Now I want to speak to one more feeling that loneliness can bring. The terrifying sensation of being adrift. It can feel as though you are a tiny, rudderless boat, tossed about on a vast, dark, and indifferent ocean. You feel untethered, unmoored, at the mercy of currents of emotion and waves of circumstance that you cannot control. One moment you feel a surge of hope. The next you are plunged into a trough of despair. This constant disorienting motion is exhausting, and it makes true rest impossible. Tonight I want to end this feeling of being adrift. I want to give you stability. I want to be your anchor. The writer of the book of Hebrews spoke of this hope we have in me as a sure and steadfast anchor of the soul. An anchor is a beautiful and powerful image. It does not stop the storm. It does not calm the waves on the surface. What it does is hold the ship fast and secure, preventing it from being smashed against the rocks or carried away into the open, dangerous sea. It provides stability in the midst of turmoil. That is what my presence is for you. It is your anchor in the stormy sea of your own feelings and the unpredictable currents of life. I want you to picture yourself as that small boat on a dark sea. Feel the disorienting rise and fall as the waves of emotion, sadness, fear, confusion, lift you up and drop you down. Feel the terrifying drift as the currents of circumstance pull you in directions you do not want to go. It feels chaotic, frightening, and utterly exhausting. But now, see me with you in the boat. And I am holding a great anchor. It is not a small, light thing. It is immense, heavy, and forged from my own unchanging nature. It is the anchor of my sovereignty, my goodness, and my eternal promises. And now, with a quiet strength, I release the anchor from the side of the boat. Listen for the sound of the great chain rattling out, and then the deep, final thud as the anchor finds the seabed, far, far below the turbulent surface. It sinks deep into the bedrock of my absolute truth, the foundation of the world, and it holds fast. Immediately, you feel a change in the boat. The waves are still there. The surface of the water is still choppy, but the boat is no longer drifting. It is no longer being tossed about helplessly. It rises and falls gently with the waves, yes, but it is held securely in one place. The chaotic, frightening motion has been replaced by a steady, rhythmic, and predictable rise and fall. The drift has stopped. You are secure. This is the rest that my presence brings. It may not immediately change your external circumstances. It may not instantly remove your feelings of sadness or fear, but it will hold you fast in the midst of them. It will keep you from being carried away by them. It will give your soul a profound sense of stability and security, even while the storm rages. Your feelings are like the weather on the surface of the sea. They are real, but they are changeable and unreliable. My presence, your anchor, is connected to the seabed, to the unchanging, eternal reality of who I am. By choosing to trust in me, you are choosing to tie yourself not to the changeable weather of your feelings, but to the unshakable reality of my character. So tonight, as you lie here, I want you to feel the security of this anchor. If a wave of sadness washes over you, you can feel it without fearing that it will drown you or carry you away into a sea of despair. You will rise and fall with it, but your anchor will hold. If a current of anxiety tries to pull you into frantic, fearful thinking, you can resist its pull because your anchor is holding you fast. You are no longer adrift. You are anchored. You are moored to the rock of ages. You are securely connected to the one thapped and unshakable point in a shifting universe. Let this feeling of deep stability seep into your body and soul. Let go of the need to constantly adjust your sails or grab the rudder. The anchor is doing the work. Your only job is to rest in the boat knowing you are safe. Let the gentle, predictable rocking of the anchored boat be a lullaby, soothing you into a deep and peaceful sleep. You are safe. You are secure. You are anchored in me. Rest now. My beloved child, we have seen my presence as a light, a shield, and an anchor. These are powerful images of safety and security. But I know that at the heart of your loneliness, there is a simple, human need. It is the need for touch, the need for a hug, the need for an embrace that says without words, "You are here, I am here, and we are together." The deepest pains of isolation are often soothed not by a word or an idea, but by a simple, loving touch. Tonight, I want to translate the theological truth of my presence into a felt, physical reality for you. I want you to experience my companionship not just as a concept, but as a warm, all-encompassing embrace. The prophet Isaiah spoke of my heart for you when he wrote, "As a mother comforts her child, so will I comfort you." Think of the embrace of a mother. It is not a formal or distant thing. It is an act of pulling close, of surrounding, of enveloping. It is an embrace of pure comfort, with no agenda other than to soothe the beloved child. That is the embrace I am offering you now. I want you to use the full power of your sanctified imagination. As you lie there, I want you to feel my arms coming around you. These are not phantom arms, they are the spiritual reality of my presence, manifesting as a feeling of being held. Feel them sliding gently under your back and around your shoulders. Feel them pulling you close, not with a crushing force, but with a firm, confident, and infinitely tender strength. There is no space between us now. Your head is resting against my chest. Your ear is pressed against my heart. Listen. Can you hear it? A slow, strong, steady rhythm. Thump, 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 thump. It is the heartbeat of the universe. It is the heartbeat of love itself. And it is beating for you. It is a rhythm of perfect peace, perfect strength, and perfect constancy. Let your own anxious, unsteady heartbeat begin to synchronize with mine. Let my rhythm become your rhythm. This is the heartbeat of absolute security. Feel the warmth radiating from me into you. It is a deep, penetrating warmth that goes beyond the surface of your skin. It is seeping into your muscles, your bones, your very soul. This warmth is my love, and it is actively melting the frozen places of your heart, the places that loneliness has made cold and numb. It is a living, healing warmth. It is the same warmth that the disciples felt in their hearts when I walked with them on the road to Emmaus. It is the warmth of divine recognition, of coming home. In this embrace, you are completely safe. You can finally let go of everything you have been holding. You can let your body go completely limp, like a sleeping child in its parents' arms. You do not have to support your own weight anymore. I am supporting you. You can let the tension drain from your neck, your shoulders, your back. You can allow your head to feel heavy against my chest. I am strong enough to hold you. I delight in holding you. This embrace is a place of total acceptance. As I hold you, I am not cataloging your flaws or remembering your failures. I am simply loving you. I am breathing in the unique fragrance of your own being, a scent that is precious to me. In this embrace, you are not judged. You are cherished. You are not a problem to be solved. You are a child to be held. This embrace is a place of profound comfort. Whatever sorrow you are carrying tonight, whatever ache of loneliness resides in you, I want you to feel it being absorbed into me. My capacity for comfort is infinite. I can absorb all of your pain, all of your fear, all of your weariness, and it does not diminish me in the slightest. I am taking the heaviness from you and replacing it with my own lightness and peace. Stay here for a while. Just rest in this embrace. There is nothing else you need to do. You don't need to think or pray or strive. You only need to be held. This is one of the deepest secrets of the spiritual life. The simple, profound, healing power of letting yourself be held by God. This is not just an imagination exercise. This is a spiritual reality you can access at any time. Whenever you feel alone, afraid, or overwhelmed, you can close your eyes and return to this embrace. It is always available to you. But for tonight, let it be the very reality that carries you into sleep. Fall asleep in my arms. Let the last sensation you are aware of be the feeling of my heartbeat against your ear, the feeling of my strength surrounding you, the feeling of my warmth filling you. You are not alone. You are being held. Now sleep, my beloved, in the safety of my everlasting arms. My child, as you rest in the safety of my embrace, you may notice that things are becoming very, very quiet. The sounds of the outside world are fading. The inner chatter of your own mind is beginning to subside. You are entering a state of deep and profound stillness. For a heart accustomed to loneliness, stillness and silence can be terrifying. You have learned to fear the quiet. You fill it with noise, with television, with music, with podcasts, with anything to avoid the hollow, aching sound of an empty room. You have come to believe that silence is the evidence of your solitude. But tonight, I want to redeem the silence for you. I want to transform it from a source of fear into a sanctuary of communion. I want to teach you that true silence is not an absence. It is a presence. It is the very language of intimacy with me. The world is a place of constant noise. It screams for your attention with endless distractions. Even in the church, there can be a pressure to fill every moment with words, with songs, with activity. But I am often found not in the noise, but in the stillness that follows. The psalmist wrote a powerful and simple instruction: be still, and know that I am God. The knowing comes from the being still. The revelation is found in the rest. It is only when you cease your own frantic activity, your own mental and spiritual noise-making, that you can begin to perceive the deeper, quieter reality of my presence. So let's lean into this stillness together. Do not be afraid of it. It is not empty. It is full. It is full of me. I want you to think of the silence not as a void, but as a substance. It is a soft, warm, velvet blanket that is covering you, muffling all the harsh sounds, creating a perfect space for rest. It is a deep, calm pool of water, and you are floating in it, serene and weightless. The silence is my gift to you tonight. It is the space I have cleared so that you and I can truly be together, without distraction. In this stillness, you can finally hear the whispers of your own soul. You can feel the true state of your own heart, without the numbing effect of constant noise. And that is a good thing, because it is in that place of honest self-awareness that you can most fully receive my grace. But more importantly, in this stillness you can hear me. My voice, as we have discovered, is not in the wind or the earthquake. It is a still, small voice. It is a gentle whisper. It is a thought that feels more like peace than like sound. It is a sense of knowing that settles in your spirit, and it can only be discerned in the quiet. Let us practice being still together. Follow your breath. Notice the moment of stillness between your exhale and your next inhale. That pause, that moment of perfect equilibrium, is a tiny sanctuary of silence. Rest in it. Let the silence grow. Let it expand. Do not feel the need to fill it with words or with frantic prayers. Your presence here with me is a prayer. Your quiet trust is an act of worship. Your willingness to simply be still is a beautiful offering. The great lie of loneliness is that you are alone with your thoughts. The truth of communion is that you can be still with me beyond thoughts. We can just be together, you and I, in a shared, comfortable, and deeply intimate silence. Like two old friends who have known each other for 1,000 years and have no need for constant chatter to affirm their bond. This is the rest I long to give you. The rest from noise. The rest from distraction. The rest from the frantic energy of the world. It is the deep cellular rest that comes from being still and knowing that the God who holds all things together is right here with you, sharing this perfect, peaceful silence. Let the stillness be your lullaby tonight. Let the quiet be your comfort. You are not alone in the silence. You are alone with me in the silence. And that is the most wonderful, most peaceful place to be. Rest in the stillness. It is the very shadow of my wing. It is the very substance of my peace. My beloved child, as we rest together in this deep, comfortable stillness, I want to give you a final image to hold on to as you drift into sleep. It is an image of ultimate security, of perfect scale, and of profound personal care. It is the image of you, resting in the palm of my hand. I know that the world often makes you feel very small and insignificant. In the face of vast galaxies, sprawling cities, and the sheer number of people on this planet, it is easy to feel like a speck of dust, unnoticed and unimportant. Loneliness thrives on this feeling of smallness, this sense of being lost in the immensity of it all. But I want to reframe that picture for you tonight. Your smallness is not a source of insignificance, it is the very thing that allows you to be so completely and perfectly held by me. I want you to use the eyes of your heart to see this now. Picture my hand. It is not a human hand, limited by flesh and bone. It is the hand of your Creator. It is the hand that the prophet Isaiah said has measured the waters of the sea and marked off the heavens with its span. It is the hand that holds all of creation, all of space and time as effortlessly as you might hold a small pebble. It is a hand of unimaginable size, of cosmic power, of infinite strength. Now, in the center of the vast, gentle palm of this hand, I want you to see yourself. You are lying there, curled up and at peace. See the scale. You are so small, and my hand is so vast. This is not meant to frighten you, but to comfort you with a sense of your absolute safety. The things that seem so big and overwhelming to you, your fears, your problems, your loneliness, are infinitesimally small from this perspective. They are like tiny specks of dust that cannot even begin to trouble the one who is resting in my palm. Look at how my hand is shaped. It is not a flat, precarious surface from which you might fall. It is cupped, gently, protectively. My fingers, larger than mountains, are curled around you, forming an unbreakable wall, a fortress of divine protection. Nothing can get to you here. The accusations of the enemy cannot scale these walls. The anxieties of the world cannot breach this fortress. You are completely enclosed in a haven of loving power. Feel the warmth emanating from my palm. It is the warmth of my very life, my creative energy. It is the same warmth that breathed life into Adam, the same warmth that knit you together in your mother's womb. This is not a passive heat. It is an active, life-giving, restorative warmth. It is flowing into you as you rest, seeping into every tired muscle, every weary bone, every exhausted cell of your being. It is healing you. It is renewing you. It is sustaining you. As you rest in my hand, you are being recharged by the very source of all life. Think about the texture of my palm. See the lines etched there? The prophet Isaiah spoke my words when he said, "Behold, I have engraved you on the palms of my hands. Your name, your image, your very essence is etched into me. You are a permanent and indelible part of me. I cannot look at my own hand without being reminded of you, without my heart being filled with love for you. You are not a temporary guest here. You are a permanent resident. This is your home. This is the ultimate answer to the fear of being lost or forgotten." How can you be lost when you are being held in the hand of the one who knows where everything is? How can you be forgotten when your name is permanently engraved on the one who forgets nothing? It is impossible. This is also the answer to the feeling of being untethered and adrift. You are not floating in a random, chaotic universe. You are securely grounded in the palm of a purposeful, loving Creator. Your life is not an accident. Your position is not precarious. You are held with intention, with tenderness, and with a strength that cannot be shaken. So as you prepare to let go into the final depths of sleep, I want this image to fill your consciousness. You are small, yes, but you are small in the hand of a great and loving God. You are a precious jewel, resting safely in the palm of your King. Let this image bring a profound sense of peace and release. You do not have to hold on anymore. You do not have to strive. You do not have to protect yourself. You can simply be held. Let your body become heavy in my palm. Let go of every last muscle. Surrender your full weight to me. I can hold you. It is my joy to hold you. There is no safer place in all of the cosmos. There is no more peaceful place. There is no place more filled with love. Rest now, my precious, chosen, beloved child. Rest in the palm of my hand. My beloved child, as you rest so securely in the palm of my hand, I want to give you a companion for the journey, not just for tonight, but for all the lonely moments that may come in your future days. I have already given you the promise of my presence, the reality of my spirit within you. But I have also given you a tangible, accessible, and deeply personal expression of my heart and mind. I have given you my word. I know that you may sometimes think of the scriptures, the Bible, as an old book, a book of rules or of ancient history or of complex theology, and it contains all of those things. But it is so much more than that. The Bible is not just a book about me. It is a book from me. It is my love letter to you. It is my living voice, captured in ink, ready to speak a word of comfort, of guidance, of friendship to you whenever you open its pages. It is a constant companion that will never fail you. The writer to the Hebrews said, "For the word of God is living and active, sharper than any two-edged sword." It is not a collection of dead letters on a page. It is alive. It has power. It has the power to cut through the lies of loneliness. It has the power to bring light to your darkest questions. It has the power to bring comfort to your deepest sorrows. When you feel you cannot hear my still small voice within you, you can always hear my clear written voice in the scriptures. Think of the moments when loneliness feels most acute. Perhaps it is in the morning, when you face a new day and feel you have no wisdom for the challenges ahead. In those moments, my word is your wise counselor. The book of Proverbs is filled with practical wisdom for your daily life. The Psalms are filled with prayers for every conceivable human emotion. My own words in the Gospels are a perfect guide for how to love, how to forgive, and how to live. You do not have to face your day alone. You can face it with the gathered wisdom of your Creator as your guide. Think of the long afternoons when a wave of sadness or despair washes over you. In those moments, my word is your unfailing comforter. You can turn to the promises of Isaiah and be reminded that I am the God who gives beauty for ashes. You can read the letters of Paul and be reminded of your unshakable identity as my beloved child. You can read the book of Revelation and be reminded that the end of the story is victory and the wiping away of every tear. When human comforters are unavailable or their words feel hollow, my word is a well of comfort that never runs dry. Think of the dead of night like tonight, when you lie awake and your mind is attacked by fears and anxieties. In those moments, my word is your powerful sword and your unbreakable shield. You can hold on to a single promise, a single verse, and use it to fight back against the lies of the enemy. When fear whispers, you can declare, God has not given me a spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind. When shame whispers, you can declare, there is therefore now no condemnation for those who are in Christ Jesus. When loneliness whispers, you can declare, I will never leave you nor forsake you. My word is not a passive defense. It is an active weapon in your hands. Tonight, you do not need to get up and read. I want you to simply rest in the reality of this gift. I want you to know that you possess a constant, faithful, and powerful companion. You have access to my very heart, my very thoughts, my very voice, anytime you need it. Let some of my words of companionship be a lullaby for you now. Just let them wash over you without trying to analyze them. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. Fear not, for I am with you. Be not dismayed, for I am your God. The Lord your God is in your midst, a mighty one who will save. Come to me, all who labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. I have loved you with an everlasting love. In my Father's house are many rooms. I go to prepare a place for you. And behold, I am with you always to the end of the age. These are not just words, they are promises, they are truths. They are the voice of your dearest friend, speaking across the centuries, directly to your heart, right now. You are not alone. You have my presence with you, my spirit in you, and my word beside you. You are triply, securely, and wonderfully accompanied. Rest now, my child. Let my word be the last sweet sound your soul hears as you drift off to sleep. My precious child, as you lie here, resting in the truth of my word and my presence, I want to gently pull back one more curtain for you. It is the curtain that separates the world you can see from the world that is unseen. Your loneliness is often magnified because you perceive yourself to be the only conscious being in the room. Your senses of sight and sound report an empty, solitary space, but your senses are only telling you a fraction of the story. I want to awaken your spiritual senses tonight to the reality of the great and loving company that surrounds you even now. I want you to become aware of the presence of my angels. This is not a fairy tale. This is not a fanciful myth to make you feel better. The existence of angels is a core reality of my kingdom. They are my ministering spirits, created beings of immense power, beauty, and light, and one of their primary assignments, one of their greatest joys, is to serve and protect the children of God. That, my beloved, means you. The scripture is clear. Are not all angels ministering spirits sent to serve those who will inherit salvation? You are an heir of salvation, and therefore you are the recipient of this incredible, unseen ministry. I know the idea of angelic beings might feel strange or even frightening to you, but I want you to see them as I see them, as an extension of my own care for you. They are not here on their own initiative. They do not act on their own authority. They are here under my direct command. I have, as the psalmist wrote, commanded my angels concerning you to guard you in all your ways. Think about that. The King of the universe has issued a royal command to his own heavenly court, and the subject of that command is your well-being, your safety, your peace. Let's go back to the story of my servant Elisha. When he and his servant were surrounded by the vast Aramean army, the servant was terrified by what he could see. All he saw was the enemy, but Elisha was calm because he could see the deeper reality. He saw the unseen. And when I opened the servant's eyes, he saw it too. The mountainside was full, completely full of horses and chariots of fire, a celestial army, a host of powerful angels surrounding them. The truth was they were outnumbered, but it was the enemy who was outnumbered. Tonight I want you to know that the same is true for you. You may feel surrounded by your fears, by your loneliness, by the darkness, but a greater reality surrounds them all. Your room is not empty. It is filled with a holy protective presence. They are standing guard. They are watching over you. Picture it in your mind. See them, not as frightening, but as reassuring. Beings of quiet strength and serene light. Perhaps one stands at the door of your room, a silent, powerful sentinel ensuring that no fear, no demonic influence, no spirit of despair can cross the threshold. Perhaps another stands at the foot of your bed, a gaze of gentle, loving watchfulness fixed upon you. Perhaps they surround your bed completely, their wings of light forming an impenetrable wall of safety, a fortress of divine peace. Their presence changes the very atmosphere of the space you are in. It charges the air with holiness, with a sense of the sacred. The ordinary air of your bedroom becomes the hallowed air of a sanctuary, because it is shared by beings who have just come from the presence of the Father. This is not just your room tonight. It is an embassy of heaven. You do not need to speak to them or pray to them. Their attention is fixed on me, awaiting my command. Their very presence is a prayer on your behalf. Their service is to enforce the peace that I have promised you. They are the unseen bouncers at the door of your heart, ensuring that only thoughts of peace and grace are allowed entry tonight. They are the celestial guardians who ensure your rest is deep, restorative, and undisturbed. Let this knowledge bring you a profound sense of security and perhaps a sense of wonder. You are far more important to the economy of heaven than you realize. You are far more protected than you have ever known. The love of the Father for you is so extravagant that he dispatches his own royal guard to watch over you while you sleep. So let go of any lingering fear of the night. Let go of the fear of being alone in the dark. You are not alone. You are in the midst of a great and loving company. A company of beings who excel in strength, who radiate with my light, and whose sole purpose tonight is to watch over you. You are in the safest room in the entire universe. Rest now, my child. Let the silent, powerful presence of my angelic host be your ultimate security as you drift into a deep and fearless sleep. My child, you are surrounded by a great company of angels, and you are resting in the truth of my intimate presence. Now I want to expand your vision one last time, to dismantle the final pillar of loneliness. Loneliness often comes from a feeling of being disconnected not just from me, but from other people. It's the feeling of being a solitary island in a vast sea. But the truth of my kingdom is that there are no islands. There is only one great continent, one single body, held together by one spirit. And you, my beloved, are a vital, living, and inseparable part of it. When you placed your faith in me, you were not just entering into a personal relationship with me. You were being grafted into a family. You were being made a member of my body, the church. And this body is not just a social club or a human organization. It is a living, breathing, spiritual organism, with me as the head and every believer, past, present, and future, as a member. I want you to feel the reality of this connection tonight. It is a connection that transcends time and distance and even death. As you lie here, You are spiritually, mystically, and powerfully connected to millions upon millions of your brothers and sisters in me all around the world. Picture it. As you are preparing to sleep in your part of the world, a brother in another country is just waking up, and the first prayer on his lips is for the peace of his fellow believers. That prayer is for you. A sister on a different continent is in the middle of her day, and she sings a song of praise to me. The joy from that song sends a ripple of strength through the entire body, and it touches you. Right now, there are believers in prison for their faith, and their endurance is creating a well of courage that you can draw from. There are elderly saints who have walked with me for decades, and their deep wisdom forms a stable foundation beneath your own fledgling faith. There are new believers who have just experienced my grace for the first time, and their fresh, unbridled joy is an energy that infuses the entire family with new life. You are connected to all of them. Their victories are your victories. Their strength is available to you. Their prayers are covering you. The body of Christ is a vast, interconnected network of love, grace, and spiritual power, and you are a living node within it. You are never functioning on your own resources alone. You are constantly being supported, upheld, and nourished by the shared life of the entire family. This connection is not just with those who are alive on earth right now. You are also connected to that great cloud of witnesses that the Scripture speaks of. All the saints who have gone before you, from the apostles to the martyrs to your own grandmother who loved me. They are not gone. They are more alive than ever, in my immediate presence. And they are cheering you on. They have finished their race, and now they are in the great celestial grandstand, watching your journey, urging you onward, their hearts filled with love and encouragement for you. You are part of a story so much bigger than your own. You are running a single leg of a great relay race of faith that has been passed down through generations. What this means is that your sense of isolation is an illusion. It is a trick of your physical senses. The spiritual reality is that you are deeply and irrevocably connected. You are part of a family so vast it spans the globe, and so eternal it spans all of history. So when loneliness whispers that you are a solitary island, I want you to remember this truth. You are not an island. You are a beautiful, unique cell in a great body. You are a precious, irreplaceable stone in a living temple. You are a beloved child in an enormous, eternal family. Feel that connection now. Feel the prayers of the saints supporting you. Feel the love of your brothers and sisters across the world buoying your spirit. Feel the encouraging cheers of the cloud of witnesses surrounding you. You are part of something vast, something beautiful, something eternal. Your loneliness cannot survive in the light of this reality. You belong. You are a part of us. You are a part of me. Rest now, not as a solitary individual, but as a cherished member of the most loving and supportive family in the universe. We are all here with you, and we are all holding you in love. Sleep well, beloved family member. Sleep well, my child, my beloved, as you lie here, bathed in my light, protected by my shield, held by my hand, and surrounded by a great company both seen and unseen. You have arrived at a very special place. You have arrived at the threshold of a different kind of rest. It is a rest that goes beyond the mere cessation of activity. It is the deep, soul-saturating rest that comes only from true companionship. All night we have been dismantling the great lie of your solitude. And now, I want you to feel the positive reality that has taken its place. The opposite of loneliness is not just being in a crowd. The opposite of loneliness is belonging. It is the feeling of being in your rightful place with your rightful person, in a state of perfect peace and acceptance. This is the rest of companionship, and it is my gift to you tonight. This rest is different from the rest you experience when you are simply exhausted. The rest of exhaustion is a collapse, a giving up. The rest of companionship is a surrender, a letting go into something, or someone, safe. It is an active state of trust. It is the difference between falling onto a hard floor and falling into a soft, waiting feather bed. Tonight you are falling into me. Let's explore the qualities of this unique rest. First, it is a rest that is completely secure. You have been vigilant for so long, haven't you? A part of your mind has always been on guard, watching for threats, for hurt, for abandonment. This constant, low-level vigilance is one of the most draining aspects of loneliness. But tonight, that guard can be dismissed. Your security no longer depends on your own watchfulness. It depends on my presence. As we have seen, I am your shield, your fortress, your anchor. The angels are on watch. The body of Christ surrounds you. You are held in the hand of the Almighty. There has never been a being in all of creation more securely protected than you are in this moment. I want you to feel this security in your body. Feel the muscles in your back and shoulders, which have been braced for impact, finally going slack. Feel the tension behind your eyes, which have been scanning for danger, finally dissolving. Feel the knot in your stomach, which has been tied up in anxiety, finally unclenching. You can let go completely. You can be utterly defenseless, because I am your perfect defense. This is the rest of security. Second, the rest of companionship is a rest that is deeply peaceful. This is the peace that comes from no longer having to strive. You have striven to be loved, striven to be understood, striven to be safe. But now you know you are already loved, already understood, and already safe. The striving can cease. The performance is over. You do not have to work to maintain my affection or my presence. It is a free gift of grace. This peace is not just an absence of conflict. It is the presence of my shalom. It is a sense of wholeness, of well-being, of everything being in its right place. It is the piece of a puzzle piece that has finally found the one spot in the universe where it perfectly fits. Right here, with me. Let this shalom peace settle over you like a weighted blanket. It is heavy with goodness, heavy with love, heavy with the rightness of this moment. It calms your nervous system, slows your heart rate, and quiets the last whispers of your anxious mind. This is the rest of a quiet heart. Finally, the rest of companionship is a rest that is profoundly restorative. Your loneliness has depleted you. It has drained your emotional reserves, your spiritual energy, and even your physical strength. True rest must do more than just stop the drain. It must refill the well. And that is what my presence does. As you sleep tonight in my company, you are not just resting. You are being restored. My life force, my spirit that dwells within you, is actively at work, repairing what is broken, renewing what is weary, and refilling what is empty. Think of yourself as a device that has been running on low battery for a very long time. Tonight, you are not just being unplugged from the things that drain you. You are being plugged directly into the infinite power source of the universe. My love is flowing into you, healing the wounded places of your heart. My life is flowing into you, restoring energy and vitality to your body. My peace is flowing into you, rewiring your mind for tranquility and trust. You will awaken in the morning not just less tired, but more whole. You will have been sustained, as the psalmist said. You will have been restored. This is the beautiful gift that awaits you now in sleep. A rest that is secure, peaceful, and deeply restorative. All because it is a rest found in me. You have journeyed far tonight, from the desolate shores of loneliness to this safe harbor of communion. You have done the brave work of facing your fears and letting go of your burdens. Now, the final step is simply to receive. Receive this deep, healing rest. It has been earned for you. It has been prepared for you. And it is freely given to you now. Enter into it. The rest of your truest friend awaits. My precious one, as you hover on the very edge of this deep and peaceful sleep, held in my love and my presence, I want to do one final tender work of healing in your heart. We have talked about the many facets of loneliness, but now I want to go to the very root of the tree. For so many of my children, the chronic feeling of loneliness in the present is nourished by a deep foundational wound from the past. It is the wound of abandonment. It is the fear of being left. This wound may have been created in your childhood by a parent who was physically or emotionally absent. It may have come from the sharp pain of a friendship that ended, a betrayal that shattered your trust. It may have been carved into your heart by a spouse who walked away, leaving a gaping hole where a shared life used to be. These experiences, these moments of being left, can create a deep, subconscious belief that everyone, eventually, will leave. They create a constant, low-grade anxiety that you must hold on tightly, perform perfectly, or else you will be abandoned again. And this fear, this expectation of being left, is a powerful engine for loneliness. It keeps you from trusting fully, from resting completely because you are always waiting for the other shoe to drop. Tonight, I want to heal that fundamental wound. I want to replace the fear of abandonment with the unshakable certainty of my permanent, abiding presence. I want you to see that old wound in your heart. You don't have to relive the specific memory and all its pain. Just see it as it is now, a tender, sore place in your soul, a place that flinches at the thought of getting too close, of trusting too much. It is a place that is guarded and afraid. See it with compassion. It has been trying to protect you. Now, I want you to see me, the man of sorrows, kneeling before you. My own heart knows the pain of abandonment. In the Garden of Gethsemane, my closest friends fell asleep when I needed them most. One of them betrayed me with a kiss. Another denied he even knew me, 3 times. And on the cross, I experienced the ultimate abandonment for you. I understand this wound, and because I understand it, I know how to heal it. I am not going to just patch over this wound. I am going to pour my own life into it. I want you to see my promise. I will never leave you nor forsake you. Not as a word, but as a living, healing substance. Picture it as a warm, golden oil, the very oil of my faithfulness. And see me gently, tenderly, pouring this oil directly onto that old sore wound in your heart. Feel its warmth as it touches that tender place. It does not sting. It soothes. Feel it sinking deep, deep down, past the layers of scar tissue and fear, all the way to the very root of the original pain. This oil of my faithfulness is softening what has grown hard. It is warming what has grown cold. It is bringing healing circulation to a place that has been numb and lifeless for a long time. This oil is carrying the truth of my character. It is whispering to the wound. His love is not conditional. His presence is not temporary. He is different. He does not leave. He cannot leave. He has promised. As the oil of my faithfulness saturates the wound, you can feel the fear beginning to dissolve. The fear of being left is being replaced by a deep, quiet, and profound sense of security. The anxious, vigilant part of your heart that has always been on watch, waiting to be hurt again, can finally stand down. The watch is over. The danger has passed. The one who is with you now is the one who will be with you forever. Let this healing go as deep as it needs to go. I am in no rush. I will continue to apply the balm of my presence, the oil of my faithfulness, to this wound all through the night as you sleep. You may have lived with this fear of being left for your entire life, but you do not have to live with it anymore. Tonight marks a shift. Tonight you are choosing to believe in a new reality, the reality of a love that stays. Let go of the need to protect yourself. Let go of the fear that this too will end. My love for you has no end. My presence with you has no expiration date. You are eternally, irrevocably, and securely held. The fear of being left can finally be laid to rest because you are resting in the arms of the one who will never, ever let you go. Rest now, my child. The healing has begun. You are safe. You are and always will be, with me. My beloved child, as the healing oil of my faithfulness soothes the deep wound of abandonment in your heart, you will begin to feel a new sensation rising within you. It is a feeling that has been foreign for a long time. It is the feeling of peace. But I want you to understand the nature of this peace, so you can recognize it and cherish it, not just tonight, but in all the days to come. The peace I give you is not the peace of solved problems. It is the peace of a constant, loving presence. The world searches for peace by trying to control circumstances. It believes that peace will arrive when the bank account is full, when the relationships are all harmonious, when the health report is perfect, when the to-do list is finally empty. This is a peace based on absence. The absence of trouble, the absence of conflict, the absence of stress. And because life is inherently filled with challenges, this kind of peace is a fleeting illusion, a mirage in the desert that vanishes as soon as you get close. It is a peace that is fragile and easily shattered. But my peace, the peace I am breathing into you right now, is of a completely different order. It is a peace based on presence. My presence. It does not depend on your circumstances. It depends only on your connection to me. It is a gift that can coexist with unresolved problems, with an uncertain future, with a grieving heart. It is the deep internal stillness of a soul that knows it is not alone. It is the calm confidence of a child holding their father's hand while walking through a dark and noisy forest. The forest is still dark, the noises are still scary, but the child's heart is at peace, because the Father is there. On the night before my crucifixion, the world was descending into its greatest chaos. My disciples' hearts were filled with fear and confusion. Their circumstances were about to become terrifying. And what did I offer them? I did not offer them a detailed plan of how everything would work out. I did not promise them an absence of suffering. I offered them myself. I said, "Peace I leave with you. My peace I give you. I do not give to you as the world gives. Do not let your hearts be troubled and do not be afraid. The peace I gave them and the peace I am giving you now is me. I am your peace. My presence is the peace. It is not something I give to you from a distance. It is the very essence of who I am, imparted directly to your spirit. I want you to feel this peace now, not as an idea, but as a tangible reality. It is a quiet confidence that settles deep in your soul, a foundational belief that no matter what happens tomorrow, you will not face it alone, and therefore, everything will be okay. It is a release of the frantic need to control outcomes, because you are resting in the arms of the one who controls all things. It is a quiet trust that even the things that seem broken and painful will be woven into a beautiful tapestry by a master weaver who loves you. This peace is a guard. The scriptures say that the peace of God, which transcends all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds in me. Picture this peace now, standing as a serene, powerful guardian at the gates of your heart and your mind. When a wave of anxiety about the future tries to crash in, the guard of peace raises a hand and says, "Be still, he is already there." When a jolt of past pain tries to electrify your nerves, the guard of peace gently says, "That has been redeemed. Rest." This peace is your protector, your inner sentinel, keeping your soul's sanctuary from being violated by fear. This peace is also a resting place. It is the green pasture for your soul. It is the still water for your spirit. It is the quiet harbor where your little boat, once tossed by the waves of loneliness, can now rest at anchor. There are no storms here. The waters are calm and deep. You can let go. You can float. You can be still. So let go of the world's definition of peace. It has been an impossible and exhausting standard to chase. You do not need all your questions answered. You do not need your life to be perfect. You only need me. My presence is the ingredient that brings peace to any equation, no matter how chaotic. Tonight, as you drift towards sleep, let this peace be the very atmosphere you breathe. Inhale my presence and feel the peace expand in your chest. Exhale your fears and feel the peace settle even deeper. This peace is your birthright as my child. It was purchased for you at a great price. It is my gift to you tonight, and it is a gift the world can never take away. Let your heart no longer be troubled. Let it no longer be afraid. You are not alone, and therefore, you can be at peace. Rest now in my shalom, my perfect, all-encompassing peace. My child, as you lie here, resting in the deep, abiding peace that flows from my presence, I want to speak a final blessing over you before you drift completely into sleep. A blessing from me is not a mere wish or a hopeful sentiment. It is a creative, powerful act. It is me speaking my divine will and my loving intention into the very fabric of your being. It is a declaration of what is now true for you. So open your heart, my beloved, and receive this blessing, tailored specifically for your lonely and tender heart. I bless you first with a new awareness. I bless the eyes of your heart to be opened, that you may see the unseen realities that surround you. I bless you with a constant, gentle awareness of my presence, not as a doctrine you believe, but as a reality you experience. May you see me in the beauty of the morning light, feel me in the warmth of the sun, hear me in the laughter of a friend. I bless you with the sight to perceive the angelic guardians who watch over you, and the spiritual senses to feel the connection to the great family of believers who stand with you. May your perception of reality be so transformed that the feeling of loneliness can no longer find a foothold, for you will see and know that you are never, ever alone. Receive this blessing of sight. I bless you with a healed memory. I speak healing over every past wound of abandonment and betrayal. I bless the memories that once brought you pain, and I declare them to be redeemed. May you look back on your life and see not a story of being left, but a story of my faithful, relentless pursuit. I bless your heart to release all bitterness and to embrace the freedom of forgiveness. May the scars on your heart no longer be sources of pain, but testimonies to your resilience and to my healing power. May your past no longer be a ghost that haunts you, but a foundation of testimony that strengthens you. Receive this blessing of a redeemed past. I bless you with a courageous heart. I bless you with the courage to trust again, to love again, to connect again. I release you from the fear of being hurt that has kept you isolated. I bless you with the wisdom to know who to trust and the grace to be vulnerable in safe relationships. I bless you with a spirit of hospitality, not just in your home, but in your heart, that you may both give and receive the gift of friendship. I declare that the walls you have built around your heart for protection may now become beautiful, welcoming gates. May your heart be a place of warmth and connection, both with me and with the people I bring into your life. Receive this blessing of a brave and open heart. I bless your future with hope. I speak against the lie that your loneliness is a permanent condition. I bless your tomorrows with the promise of my divine appointments, with friendships you have not yet discovered, with joys you have not yet imagined. I bless your future with a sense of purpose and belonging. I declare that you are a vital, needed, and cherished member of my body, and that I have good works for you to walk in, works that will connect you deeply with others and with me. May you look toward the future not with dread, but with a quiet, holy anticipation, knowing that your good shepherd is already there, preparing a table for you. Receive this blessing of a hopeful future. And finally, I bless your sleep tonight. I bless it to be deep, dreamless, and profoundly restorative. I bless it to be a sanctuary, a Sabbath for your soul. I bless your subconscious mind with my peace, and I command that no fear or anxiety may disturb your rest. May you sleep the sleep of the truly beloved, the sleep of a child held securely in their father's arms, completely confident that they are safe and that they belong. This is my blessing upon you, my child. It is my word, and it will not return to me void. It is already at work, transforming you from the inside out. You are blessed. You are seen, you are loved, and you are not alone. Go now, and sleep in the reality of this blessing. My beloved child, my blessed one, you are now on the very edge of sleep. Your body is heavy, your mind is quiet, and your heart is at peace. You have done the brave work of letting go, of trusting, of receiving. Now, as you prepare to cross the threshold from consciousness into the deep rest I have prepared for you, I want to give you one final, absolute assurance. I am not going anywhere. My vigil over you does not end when your awareness fades. In fact, it is just beginning. I will stay with you all through the night. Think of the most devoted parent watching over their sleeping child. The parent does not leave the room once the child's eyes are closed. They linger. They listen to the soft rhythm of their child's breathing. They adjust the blanket if it slips. They stand as a silent, loving guardian against the darkness. Their presence fills the room, a silent promise that everything is safe. This is but a dim shadow of the watch I will keep over you tonight. My love is more attentive than any parent's. My watch is more vigilant than any guardian's. The psalmist wrote, "He who keeps you will not slumber. Behold, he who keeps Israel will neither slumber nor sleep. I am the one who keeps you, and I do not sleep." While your consciousness rests, my consciousness is fully alert, fully active, and fully focused on you. I am watching over the intricate processes of your body, guiding the restoration of your cells and the calming of your nervous system. I am standing guard over your mind, shielding your dreams from chaos and fear. I am holding your spirit close to mine, continuing the deep, silent communion we have shared tonight. You are not drifting off into an empty void. You are drifting off into me. Your sleep is a journey deeper into the ocean of my presence that already surrounds you. You are simply letting go of the shore of your own effort and allowing the gentle, loving current of my being to hold you completely. I will be the silence that cradles you. I will be the darkness that comforts you, a darkness not of absence but of deep, restorative peace, like the rich, dark soil where a seed rests before it grows. I will be the very air you breathe, filling your lungs with my life, even as you are unaware. If you should stir in the night, perhaps from a noise or a dream, do not be alarmed. You will not wake up to find yourself alone. Before your mind is even fully conscious, you will be aware of my peace, my presence which has been there all along. You are simply stirring in the palm of my hand. You can immediately relax and let go again, knowing that your guardian has not moved. I am here. And I will stay with you until the morning. This is my promise. I will not grow weary. I will not become distracted. My gaze will not falter. I will be the first thing you sense when you awaken. Before the light hits your eyes, before the thoughts of the day begin to crowd in, you will awaken into the same atmosphere of peace and love in which you fell asleep. You will awaken and know, on a deep cellular level, that you have been sustained, you have been kept, you have been watched over. This is what it means to be mine. It means you are never left to your own devices. You are never without a protector, a comforter, a friend. Your most vulnerable state, the state of sleep, is the state in which my protective power is most perfectly demonstrated. So release that last lingering thread of control. You do not need it. You can entrust your entire being to me for the next several hours. I accept this sacred trust with joy. It is my delight to watch over my children while they sleep, to see them resting in the safety I provide. Let go now. Let the waves of sleep wash over you. There is nothing to fear. The night holds no terror for you, for the Lord of the night is your constant companion. The darkness holds no loneliness for you, for the light of the world is your personal guardian. I am with you. I will stay with you. I will hold you fast. and I will keep you, safe and sound, until the morning light. And so we are here, at the final moment, the quiet culmination of our journey together tonight. All the burdens have been laid down, all the lies have been silenced, all the fears have been soothed, all the blessings have been spoken. There is nothing left to do, there is nothing left to hold on to. There is only the final, gentle, and complete surrender to the gift of sleep. Sleep now, my beloved. You have faced your loneliness, and you have discovered that it was a phantom. A feeling, yes, but not the ultimate truth. The ultimate truth, the truth that now fills every corner of your being, is that you are, and always have been, perfectly and completely accompanied. So sleep. Sleep. In the quiet company of your Creator, who knows your name and holds you in His hand. Sleep. In the warm friendship of your Savior, who understands your heart and calls you His friend. Sleep. In the gentle embrace of the Holy Spirit, the Comforter who dwells within you. Sleep in the midst of a great cloud of witnesses who cheer you on with love. Sleep in the silent, powerful protection of the holy angels who stand guard around you. You are not alone. This is no longer just a phrase to cling to. It is the very air you are breathing, the very peace you are feeling, the very foundation upon which you are now resting. Let go of the last remnants of thought. Let the images and words of our time together dissolve into a simple, pure feeling of being safe, of being loved, of belonging. The journey into sleep is the final act of trust. It is you saying with your whole being, Lord, I entrust myself to you, my body, my mind, my spirit, my past, my future. It is all yours. I will rest now, because I know you are on watch. And my heart rejoices to hear this prayer of surrender. So let the heaviness in your eyelids become a welcome weight. Let the weariness in your limbs become a sweet invitation to stillness. Let the gentle pull of slumber be the current of my grace, drawing you out into a deep, peaceful, healing rest. I will be here, all night long, holding you, protecting you, renewing you. And when you wake, you will wake as a child who knows deep in their bones that they are cherished. You will wake to my mercies, which are new every morning. You will wake to the truth that you faced the night, and you were not alone. Sleep now, the day is done, the fight is over, the peace is won. Sleep now, child, you are not alone. Sleep. Sleep now, sleep.